What's up, bro?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good. Can you hear me?
Yep, you're loud and clear.
Awesome. Let's just get this thing started off because I know we got some busy schedules today, and we're going to avoid some distractions of just chit-chatting, and we're going to get right to the process, right?
Let's go
So
for it.
welcome everybody to the week 5 of the Hey Bro Show. My name is Scotty Hobbs. I'm here with David Atkins. Today's topic is avoiding distractions, staying focused on the process. And our co-host today, David Atkins, is a father of 3 daughters. He's a mid-6-figure earner with Team Beachbody, multiple consecutive years as an elite male coach in the company of Team Beachbody. He's also a lieutenant for the New York State Police. So he's got a very busy schedule. He coaches his daughter's teams and just one of the busiest guys I know. So I know you guys wonder, how does he stay so focused and achieve all these goals as an elite male leader and coach? So that's your co-host today, and a little bit about him. But more than that, he's a good friend. He's always someone that reaches out to me, asks how I'm doing personally, outside of the business, and he's just a great guy all around. So always an honor and blessing to work with you, David.
Hey, thanks, Scotty. And guys, hello, and thank you guys for coming to us on Saturday. And I'm always grateful every Saturday just to connect with Scotty and be on the show with him, as we also talk throughout the week, and we always come up with topics to put in the work for you guys. But as you guys know, with Scotty, unbelievable, 5-time elite coach, father of 5 kids, out there doing amazing things with his family right now in Maui, right? Unbelievable 14-star diamond coach, Millionaire Club member, and it can go on and on and on. Success Club legend like guru. I think I'm going to throw that out there today. But I just grateful to be with Scotty and guys, and have all you guys on here. And I just want you guys to understand that right now, like Scotty, before we kick this topic off, he's away with his family in Maui on a 6-hour time difference from him and I. And we are working to get this in, to get it in there, and it's a priority. And you have to realize that when you are trying to build this business, even where Scotty is, where I am, we're always trying to build. There's no days off. And I know how Scotty's hustling and working and grinding and finding the time, and I'm here, doing the same thing in between sports and running to a wedding in the Hamptons in about an hour. But we're here for you guys, and I want to kick it back to Scotty, somebody that's just an amazing, amazing person in every way possible, 120% in all things. So Scotty, back to you, bro.
Oh, awesome. So let's kick this off quick. We'll each try to keep to about 5 minutes and share some valuable nuggets and content with you guys. As I think about avoiding distraction, I want to share a quick story with you guys first and foremost. Back 6 years ago, as I began my journey as a Team Beachbody coach, I remember just one day, I was so overwhelmed and frustrated, and I can't keep up with everything that's going on in my life. This is crazy. Working 12 hours a day. At the time, I had 3 kids under the age of 5, 3 little girls. And, I have a wife, and I got this role where I'm working 12-hour days and every Saturday, and I'm trying to build this Beachbody business, and it's growing. And there's a lot of stuff to do and a lot of distractions in life in general. And I just remember one day I just had this urge. I didn't do it. I had the urge to throw my phone against the wall. I told myself, I never want to see the blue banner of Facebook again. I don't want to see a little notifications on my Facebook thing. It's overwhelming me. It's a nonstop 24 hours a day Facebook notifications. It was just overwhelming me. And I was like, I can't do this. This is something I can't do. So it was back then, 6 years ago, that I made a choice that's completely set the path and standard for how I do and how I run my business today, so I never feel overwhelmed. I can tell you guys, I honestly never feel overwhelmed. There's some days I wake up and I'm like, holy crap, I got so much stuff to do. Today, we're doing a 12-hour road trip, the road to Hana in Maui, but I'm getting this call done right before we go, and it's I feel overwhelmed sometimes, but if I stay to the vital process, which I don't want to go too deep into that, and stay focused on those activities and don't look at Facebook and don't look at notifications and all that stuff, I can stay away from being distracted. So I'm going to give you guys a couple mindset things and a couple tips. One thing that I do that I want you guys to understand right now, you can adapt this, is I never, ever, ever check notifications where it says David Atkins liked your photo, or Mark Roy posted in Team Dynasty, or James McLaren commented in Fitness Accountability Group. I never see one of those notifications ever in my life. I never click the button. I've trained myself and disciplined myself in not doing that. And it was very hard. I want you guys to understand it was hard for me because in the beginning, my love language is words of affirmation. So for somebody to like my post or comment on my post, like, that fueled me. But because of that, you know, it was exciting in the beginning, but then it was like nonstop, 24 hours a day, you're going to have notifications. So there's no banners on my phone. That's for text messages, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook. No banners come across my phone ever. I don't ever see that, ever. My phone has nothing come across as a banner. It's just always my lock screen with my family picture on it. So if I'm going to respond to something or work, I have to manually make the decision to get in and work. I have to open it up, open my Facebook, click on the photo, or click on the group that I want to go to, or go to my messages and start doing my invites right away. So that's one thing that's helped me avoid that distraction and not get what I call lost in the scroll hole. Like, you can hop, I know you guys may sit down to work a power hour like David's going to talk about. You're going to get in there, you're going to hop onto Facebook, and you're going to sit down, and you let your notifications control what you do that day. You just click notifications, start scrolling, start looking at what everybody else is doing. But I know and can guarantee you that David and I are not doing that. We have a specific written down list where we get in and we go to the list. We don't ever check notifications. So once a day, I have about 15 groups, between challenge groups, coach training groups, diamond leader groups, coach advisory board group, that I check every single day. And I can tell you guys, with a team of 45,000 people now, and back then, you know, an accountability group and one team page, I could go in and knock out those groups in 15 to 20 to 30 minutes, even today, you know, because I'm not looking at notifications. I'm not seeing who did this, who did that. I just go in, answer some questions, add value, and leave, and I'm out. And I never come back ever until the next day. And so I think my team understands that. My challenge groups understand that as well, that that's how I work and operate. So many of you guys, let's talk about the mindset of this. If you want to be a successful business owner, CEO of your business, you have to act like one. Like, I want you to think about, let's say you're a top guru expert at Google or at Apple or any other company. Let's say you're the CEO of that company. I can guarantee you that they're not on their phone texting their friends. They're not on Facebook checking out what everybody else is doing. They're not on Instagram looking at what everybody else is doing. They're not using their phone. So that's one thing that my friends have come to even understand, and I know David understands it as well. Like, he'll text me, even though he's one of my best friends, my accountability partner in business. Sometimes he'll text me, and it'll take me 12 hours before I ever respond to him. And the reason why, guys, is because I set boundaries for myself, whether it's my sisters, parents, my business, my challengers. I set boundaries for myself where when I'm not working, I'm 100% present with my family. And then when I start working, I'm 100% in. Like, even if I'm working, I'm doing my follow-ups and to-do list, which David is going to talk about a power hour. Let's say Mark or Gordon or James, any of these guys on here, Tony texted me, hey, I really need to know how to place my next coach. I got them signing up in the next hour. Let's say that's a question. I see that message come through on my Facebook, but I'm grinding on my to-do list, working on my personal goals first. And I'm not distracted by that. Or I have somebody say, hey, we're going golfing on Saturday, and they're in a chat thread. I'm in it, and I see it popping up. I don't even hop in there and respond because I'll get distracted from the activity that I'm doing, writing my blog post, making a video, editing a video, in my challenge group, wherever it is I'm working, whatever my power hour activity is at that time, my business building activity, I'm in there, I'm working specifically on that. So think of it outside of Beachbody a little bit. If you're the CEO of Apple or whatever it is your role is, and you're grinding on creating a project, you're creating something, you're not going to pick up the phone every time it rings, or you're not going to check Facebook and see what everybody else is doing. You're going to be focused on that activity that you're doing. And that's something I've been able to be very focused on for 6 years. That's why I never feel ever distracted, because I don't check those notifications. I don't check my phone. There's a specific time that I open up my messages and answer them. A specific time I open up my text messages and answers them. There's a specific time I go to my Facebook wall at the end of the day and I check through if anybody commented or needed help with anything. There's a specific time for every activity, and that way I'm not distracted and jumping from one activity to the next. Because honestly, when you jump from one thing to the next, you're gonna lose a lot of time because you lose focus on what you're working on. So with that being said, David, I know it's just a little bit of information today, but I'm going to let David take in a little bit of teaching you guys kind of what a power hour is and how to stay focused on the activities. So there you go, David. All yours, man.
Thanks, brother. And guys, I'm seeing some of the questions as they're coming in. I think it's perfect in line with this topic. One of them being about, is this something you guys did from the beginning, and how do you set the boundaries early on, because when you're newer, you want to talk to everybody. And I'm going to tell you, this is a big little nugget for you guys. Do not let, I early on was somebody that was always on my phone all the way on. Now, exact opposite of what we're teaching you guys. Constantly at my phone, and it was a stress on my marriage because we fought and we bickered, because when I wasn't at the state police work, I'd come home and I wasn't present with my family because I was constantly on the phone. And it came to a head where eventually Kristen and I had to sit down and figure it out. So you need to set boundaries. The answer to your question is yes, from the beginning, you need to set boundaries, because you don't want to have it where you do this business and you're successful and you have a wrecked family and marriage. That's not worth it, guys. You need to set boundaries and have communication with your significant others of when your work time is and when your family time is. So for me, the follow-up question is, well, how many hours a day are you doing this? Guys, 4:50 a.m. every single day my alarm goes off. I am doing work at 5:30. I work out 5:30 to 6:30. Checking in my job, and I'm getting ready to get my kids on the bus at 7:30. I go to work. I come home at 4:30, 5 o'clock. I know I'm going fast, guys. And then it's family time to like 8 o'clock, and from 8 o'clock to 10:30, 11, and sometimes later, every single night, I'm working the business, but it's structured every single time. And in that, guys, there's sports and coaching. So I want to let you know, you have time, but you have to set boundaries. You have to have the mindset, like Scotty said. So early on, guys, if you are somebody that's just trying to find your way, I want to get into a little bit of the power hour, what we teach our team for coaches that, are big like everybody else, but don't know how to focus, because doing what Scotty says is doing what we're trying to do. I get it. It doesn't happen overnight, right? We need to focus and get there. It's a journey. Don't think you're going to master what we're telling you tomorrow. The thing is, don't let the start stop you. So start one thing at a time and work there. So, guys, a power hour, for those of you that don't know it, that's where if you have an hour time a day, what should you be doing a day, and how do you break that hour down so that you could be successful in the business? I still, at times, live by this a lot. Because if I have, and I'll give you an example, a big operation with the police department, or I'm stuck at work, or something's going on, a couple days ago, I was super busy at work, and I had, I'll tell you guys, 22 follow-ups to make on my Instagram. 22 people, and I'm the type of person that if I'm supposed to be following up with these people, I need to get that done before I go to bed. I'm very intentional about it. So I have to be structured within that time. And you have to truly treat it that if you want this to be your full-time career, your full-time business, it may be part-time at first, but you need to treat it like it's full-time. You can't just say, I'm going to take off tonight. If you owned a restaurant, you're not closing Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday when you're tired. You get a flat tire. It doesn't happen. So here's my power hour, guys. I usually break it down to 4 15-minute blocks. All right? So the first 15 minutes, I'm working on connecting with 2 to 5 new people every single day. Whether it's Facebook groups of hobbies that you're in, whether it's mutual friends of yours, it's somebody that you have a common ground with, and trying to connect with them as friends, sending them friend requests, and just building relationships. At this point, it's not about, oh, I want them in my challenge groups. It's about who can I connect with right now, and who do I have common ground with, and I focus on that for 15 minutes, because they say in the vital process, right, at least two new connects a day. So, guys, this is the thing. While you're doing this, and Scotty hit on it, but I know you need to hear it 1,000 times. While you're doing this, and that message pops up, and that text message pops up, and that notification pops up, this is not the time to get distracted and then be off in the distance watching some video from America's Got Talent. Like, seriously. Like, that 15 minutes, you are connecting with 2 to 5 people, okay? The second 15 minutes, guys, you're sending your invites. Your invites to people for your next challenge group, for your next, maybe it's a coach sneak peek if you're a newer coach, and it's people that you're going to connect with for your next challenge group, right? 15 minutes, sending at least 2 a day. And in those 30 minutes, guys, as you find your way, your numbers may be small. And as you get more efficient, you may be able to raise it. Like for me, those 22 follow-ups, guys, I knew I had a half hour. I banged out 22 follow-ups in like 20 minutes. Eventually, you get fast and you get better, but nothing is easy the first time. In this hour, you need to, if you're on your computer, turn that phone upside down. Don't look at it. Put it on silent. Don't answer it. Put on the do not disturb if you have to. Put on the airplane mode if you have to. You have to be structured if you have that hour. Guys, the third 15 minutes, so 3 minutes, 30 to 45, is your follow-up and answering your messages in your inbox. Now, something that I do is that I work in reverse order. So Facebook, they took it away, but we have it back. You can go to messages and go to all and then unread. And I start from the bottom and I work my way up. And I know people that are efficient in the business, and probably if I ask Scotty, he probably does the same thing, right? We're answering our messages in order, and if somebody else is answering me right away, I don't get into conversation, not because I don't want to, but I want to add the value and answer those that are waiting for me to answer them in that 15 minutes. I work from the bottom, I work up, and then once it's done, it's done. And if you get done earlier and you want to connect with more messages, fine. But once that 15 minutes hits, you have to go to the next block. And guys, I use a timer. Like literally, I have a timer. I'm very efficient about this. And then the last thing, guys, I do is I go through my groups. I go through my challenge. Like right now, I can tell you, my current challenge group that's about to end, my challenge group that's starting Monday, our team page, our Diamond Leaders page, right? I check in with the Coach Network, maybe on a group that's called The Wall to see if there's something I need to share with my team. I'm checking in with my UK friends, and I'm checking in with any other groups that are important to me to move forward. But the point is, guys, if you're not efficient, and you don't control your hours, and you don't control your 86,400 seconds in a day, forget it. You're going to be off in a distance, an hour's going to go by, and it's the same thing with your workouts, guys. You can spend 30 minutes wasting time playing some casino game on Facebook, and that's what you work out in. Like, guys, you have time. If I have time, we have time. I use the Maui, I have time. I just came to my daughter's playoff game. I have time. I'm going to a wedding. You find the time when it's important to you. So make it structured, break it down, get rid of the distractions Scotty gave you, and you can build this business of being efficient in 1 hour. Scotty, back to you, brother.
Yes, you can. So thank you guys so much. And I wish I could see the comments right now. I'll go back and check them out. And I want you guys to know, anytime you guys comment a question on these videos, we save them in a Google document so we can come back, pick a topic for one of the future shows. So any questions you guys have, make sure that you drop them below. But one of the things I want you guys to understand is you're always going to have to make sacrifices. And I love what David said about making sure that you guys 100% sure that you communicate with your spouse, significant other, and you block out that time, because I love what you said, David. And I struggle with that a lot in the beginning, guys. I want you guys to understand that. So my wife's quality time, love language is quality time. So I have to give her specific time where I'm not checking my phone and trying to get on phone calls when I'm supposed to be with her. So remember that as you're building your business. Make sure you communicate with your spouse, communicate with them, let them know when you're working, when your family time is, when your working time is, then when you go in, you go all in on that. So with that, guys being said, you're going to have to make sacrifices. I worked in the beginning because I worked 12 hours a day, 5 to 5, 8 o'clock every night till 12 o'clock, 7 days a week. There was not a day off when I built my business, starting off building my business. So you guys will have to remember that. Here in Maui, like, it's the same thing. You're going to have to make sacrifice no matter what part of your journey is in. I usually at home get up at 6. Here in Maui, I'm up at 4:15, 4:30 in the morning, so I can get everything done and we can enjoy this vacation, this time here in Maui with the kids. And I can grind out. If I get up at 4, I can grind 4 to 8 o'clock and get 4 solid hours of work in. So understand you're going to always have to make sacrifices. For me, that sacrifice right now is getting up early. So we love you guys. If you guys have any questions, comment them. Also, one thing I want you guys to do is if there's something that stands out to you, a quote or whatever, comment below in the YouTube description link, and this helps other people have these nuggets that you get. And guys, remember, the hashtag is, it's time for us to man up. You guys on this video, not David and I, this tribe we're creating right here with the Hey Bro Show, we're going to show men how to do this, but it's going to be you guys executing. So guys, let's man up, have an incredible weekend, and we'll see you guys next week.